Hola! So I'm trying to cover up the mic a little bit, but it's really windy, so I'm sorry about that. There's not really a whole lot I can do, unfortunately. So I'm in San Juan, which is the town that's in walking distance from where I'm staying. Well, this is like it's like a party town, yeah? So you can see the beach. Oh man, it's so windy, I'm sorry. I know that sounds horrible right now. You can see, it's crazy, right? So I just went out to the town with some of the others, and I found a coffee shop, which is really cool, right? Because I've been looking for a place to wake up and have like a latte, that kind of thing. So it's like 3, so obviously I woke up a while ago. But it's cool here. You can buy a SIM card, yeah? And there's 2 like companies in the US. There's like Virgin Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T. There's tons of companies, whereas here there's just 2 main ones. There's Claro and Movistar. And so what a lot of people do here is you just get a SIM card and you don't even use texts or phone. What you do is it gives you a data connection. And so you can pay for like a gig of data for a week or 2 gigs, something like that, and that's it. And then you use apps and that kind of thing to do messaging. Sorry, I'm wading through this water right now. And it's kind of, the current's kind of strong. This is like the end of a river, if you see up there. So the end of the river is in this beach, and you have to cross the river to get to where I'm staying, which is on the other end of that Jesus statue up on that mountain. So it looks really far away, but it's actually quite close. It's like 10 minutes walking from here, yeah? But I went to the town, and I got a latte, and complete with like latte art and everything, like a really good latte. And it cost me 120 Cordobas, which is like less than $2. It's crazy. Or not 120, sorry. It cost me 55 Cordobas. And it's like 29 Cordobas is $1, yeah? So that was really cool. It's so cheap. But now the others, they wanted to drink, and I wanted to get coffee so then I could go back and do some more videos, some more dropshipping videos for you guys. But I figured I'd tell you a bit about like what I'm doing here, and I think the data thing's so cool. So you buy a SIM card, it costs like $2. It's pretty cheap. But it's cool because you can come with like an American phone, and then just as long as you can put a SIM card in it, you just put the SIM card in and then you have data, right? And you don't always have data connection, but it's really easy. So a lot of the places here, you just go in and you tell them your phone number and you load the data onto it. And it's interesting how that changes, you know? Because in a lot of places you only get like texts or phone calls. But that was cool. San Juan is, so you can see behind me. I don't know if you can hear it. It's probably super windy. I'm sorry about that. There's not really much I can do about it right now. But you can see over there, it's like the beachfront. There's a lot of parties, that kind of thing. Today is Sunday, and so here they do this thing called Sunday Fun Day. And you pay like $30, which is actually quite expensive for here. And then it's a pool crawl, so you go from one bar, and then you get on a bus and go to another bar and another bar. Honestly, I don't really care too much about that scene. I don't know, like, I'll have a drink or 2, but I'm more interested in having a drink or 2 with like some close friends and having some good conversation. I'm not a partier, but so I'm heading back up to the house to do some more videos and work on that list of items that I'm posting. So that's exciting. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. I don't really remember what it was, but maybe I just show you some footage of San Juan. So that's over there. We're in like a little coast thing. I'm sorry about the wind. I know it's loud. I can't really do much about that, unfortunately. I'm trying to cover it with my phone, or cover the microphone with my hand, but it's okay. That was cool. We just went to a cafe, had some food. I had a latte and lunch and something to drink. It was like the equivalent of like $10. It's so cheap. It's funny, I can go out and like spend money on the town, buy some food, buy a drink or 2, And in the States, I usually spend like 20 bucks a day. Here, like, it's like easy. You could not spend 20 bucks really easy. So I'm actually like saving money even though I'm spending money. It's funny. And it's so cool having all this income through PayPal, because I have this debit card, right? And you just call, you have to be careful because people will like steal that. And like I have my phone out here. You don't normally do that, but this area I can see where everyone is and there's not too many people around me and it's daytime. But people, you know, people steal stuff. Somebody lost their phone earlier, or somebody got one of the people I'm here with had their phone stolen, but it was like they were kind of asking for it, you know? So when you drink, when you get really drunk and you're at a bar, people take advantage of that, you know? Especially there's like people who make their living just robbing the tourists, yeah? Or gringos. But this is basically a gringo town. Like the language in Nicaragua is Spanish. And in most places people don't know English, but most people here speak English. So you can like go around the town and buy stuff and have conversations and be fine. It was pretty cool. Let's see. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about the videos we're gonna make. So I'm working on this list right now, yeah? And I'm gonna have to pay for a Hydra subscription again and start posting these items. So when I do that to a SVS, I will do the Hydra setup video. I can't do it yet because there's no point in me paying for a Hydra subscription until I'm actually gonna post things. So it's gonna be soon. But aside from that, Marc is in Managua right now because it's Sunday and he spends Sundays in Managua. So he'll be back on Monday tomorrow. And at some point, we're gonna do a couple of videos. So we're gonna do a video about tax exempt status on how to get a tax exempt Walmart account. So what that means is that I'll pay like 7% less than what I currently pay, which is crazy. That's like my Starbucks pay right there, right? So I'm gonna do a video with Marc about taxes, yeah? And then after that, we're gonna do a video about, and that'll include like tax exempt status and that kind of thing. And then we're gonna do a video, we're gonna do a video about, what else? Oh, there's tons of conversations I'm gonna have with him. It's gonna be great. Another one is about like what it's like as an international person dropshipping. So how to go about like dealing with like how to get gift cards and that kind of thing. Because some people from overseas have trouble getting gift cards, yeah? And people think that you can't get gift cards if you live overseas, because most places that sell gift cards don't sell to international customers. But it's just like anything else, it's a little bit more inconvenient, but there's a workaround. So what I want to do, I might not be able to show exactly how to do it, but through this conversation with Marc, I want to help reinforce to you that if you can dropship no matter where you are in the world, it's doable. You just have to learn how, but know that it's possible wherever you are. It's just a matter of figuring out, based on your location, what the best way to set it up is. And if you are a US citizen, it's much, much easier because then you have a social security number, makes it easier to get a bank account, all that kind of stuff. But you can get a social without citizenship. It's complicated. But again, this is stuff I'm going to talk to Marc about. And we'll also do videos on like on DS Genie, because I realized I haven't talked to you guys a whole lot about DS Genie. DS Genie is the software that Marc uses, so I'll tell you a bit more about it because honestly, the stuff I do with bulk, it's impossible to do starting off. You cannot do bulk. You can't do any of the work that I do until you have very established eBay account that allows you to post lots of items, yeah? So I think it would be beneficial for you guys for me to tell you more about Marc's software, DS Genie. And I don't want you to think he's like paying me or anything like that. The thing is that it's stuff that you can do straight away with a new eBay account. So it's something that can get you started and get you into eBay, get you some sales, that kind of thing, get you some experience with the process. And then like I think Marc's an awesome guy. He's very, very, very kind. Like you can think that he's not, because I mean his software is drop shipping software. What it does is you start off by, you pay for it, right? And then you search for a seller, and then it scans the seller, and finds items that have sold 4 times, yeah? And then you basically post that item. So you only post items that other people have already sold 4 times, because then you know that it's gonna get get attention and people are actually buying it. Because that's the whole thing with optimization, is you have to put the time into the listing in order to post it. And it's kind of hard to know what's worth putting your time into, yeah? So DS Genie makes it very easy to start off, and it's really good to software if you've not gotten that many sales yet and you're trying to get a foothold started, yeah? So I'm gonna do a couple conversations with Marc about that, and then also about bulk, because Marc wants to help write some bulk posting software. And that's not so much bulk posting software, it's software that helps create these lists of really, really big items, right? Because I have a process to do that. Basically, you just start off with, I've shown you guys this in videos. You start off with search results, and you get a URL of a search result, and it has like 30,000 items. And then you separate that into like 30 URLs, each of 1,000 items. And from that point, you can further isolate it until you get to a point where you have a list of 30,000 links to Walmart items. And then you can use posting software like Hydra to post it, okay? So it'd actually be quite simple to make some software for that. So we've been talking about that. I've been also working on Grindcamp, making videos for that kind of thing. I'll put links to the Grindcamp YouTube channel if you want to check it out. That'd be cool. I don't really tell you guys to subscribe or that kind of thing, because you're just going to do what you want. I'm not trying to pressure anybody or that kind of stuff. But personally, it's something I'm really enjoying, because I'm around all these people. And wow, there's just so much talent here. And it's interesting, because some of them, on one end, yeah, it's great to be around people who've like got a lot of shit figured out and they're really successful. But a lot of them just kind of want to party. They're not too interested in learning. And they learn a little bit, but what I really enjoy is the interactions with people who, like, there's somebody, Carlos, you may be watching this. You're cool, man. You're so thirsty for this knowledge, and it's so awesome to be around people who are just interested in learning, because that's the reason I'm here. I'm not here to party cheap or anything like that. Like, I don't mind having a drink or two, but I'm not here to get drunk. I'm here to learn, yeah, and help teach people and motivate people and show people that this, it's all possible. You just got to keep at it and keep going. So hopefully I'm able to do that. See, I'm getting closer to the Jesus statue. All the way up there. Oh, it's a 12-minute video. It's long. Yeah. What else am I going to do videos about? I'm a bit more comfortable here now, so I can kind of just try and remember content that I was making back home, because I had a list of like 20 video ideas, and I've forgotten most of them. But I will do that video setting up the Hydra lister software, and I'll probably do another video as soon as I get home, updating you guys on like what I'm currently doing with the bulk posting to get multi-quantity sales. I'm really excited about this, because I think I've gotten to a point now where at the moment my sales aren't so great, right? But that's because I haven't posted items in 60 days. That's crazy. 60 days of no posting. Any dropshipping business, you have to continually post items in order to keep getting sales. You don't just post items and then stop. That's not, any successful dropshipping business posts regularly. And it's not that you absolutely have to, obviously. I haven't posted in 60 days and I still get like between like $700 and $1,200 in sales a day. But I was doing like between like 2 and 3K a day. So I'm gonna make that list and probably start posting items again within like, honestly, probably like 3 or 4 days. So that'll be exciting. So I'll show you guys more about that process. Actually, it's interesting because I'm around a lot of people I kind of relate to now, yeah? But at the same time, I see how lucky I am, because I miss being at home. I have a like, hey look, it's a dead gecko. See, I showed you guys this time. I didn't show you the crab, but at least I showed you the dead gecko. And I realize how lucky I am to actually have like a home where I feel people know me and I relate to them and I feel part of something. Because a lot of the people here, they don't have that at home. Like they feel they have a hard time relating to most of their friends. Most of their friends think they're kind of taking a whole bunch of risks. And don't get me wrong, most of my friends back home definitely think, you know, it's cool the way I live my life, but I'm taking risks and it's not a good idea, basically. But the people I'm closest to don't think that. And that's something that the other people here, not all of them have. And I'm really, really lucky to have people in my life who kind of value me for who I am and support me and encourage me. Because I'm seeing here that these people, like, they're all very talented, but a lot of them just don't have that. So that's exciting. And it's been really cool getting to know Marc better. I think we're actually quite similar. It's funny because we were perceived as like complete opposites, yeah? And if you look at our dropshipping methods, they are kind of the opposite, you know? Because I don't believe in undercutting, and I post, you know, tons and tons and tons and tons of items, and whereas he, from the get-go, his software only starts off with kind of poaching other people's listings, right? You find successful listings that other people have, and then you find ways to optimize them better, find out where they're sourced from, find ways to undercut them. But when it comes to our personalities, like Marc comes off as a little ghetto, you know, and people think, you know, oh, he looks like he deals drugs, that kind of thing. And he curses a lot. But aside from that, he's very like, he's a very kind and giving person. Like, the place we're staying at now, he's paying for all this. And he doesn't really have any expectations. He just wants to see what's going to happen, you know? And that's really, really rare. I think he really understands, like, kind of what incentivizes people, and that it makes most sense. Sorry, this truck's passing by. He understands that it makes most sense to, when you're working with people, like, he figures out what they enjoy and then finds ways to pay them to do what they enjoy, because then it works out best for him, you know? A lot of people in the States don't get that. They think, oh, it's work, you gotta not enjoy it, you just gotta work hard, and, you know, someday you'll be able to do what you enjoy. Whereas, like me personally, if you do what you enjoy, you do it best, you know? It's in your best interest to have people who you work with enjoying what they do. That's how you get the best results. And both Marc and I have that kind of, like, just throw yourself at it mentality, and kind of hard to bother, but also really emotional, you know? And I don't think that's weak at all. I think, like, honestly, from my point of view, emotions, oh, I gotta check out this view. Emotions are like part of life, and they're what make life worth living, very much so. And he's like that as well, which is cool. Crazy, right? Look at that view. Absolutely crazy. Hola!
Hola.
Oh man. Whew. I really like when sorry. I'm gonna wait till that truck passes again. I really like here, I look at people and then I see if they look really white, and then I talk to them like I'm Spanish even though I'm not, and I try and get them to, like, give me the face where they're like, oh, I don't know Spanish, because I don't know Spanish, you know? But I find it really funny if I can get them to think that I do. It's great. There's a lot of white people here. It's like probably the whitest town in Nicaragua. Alright, well, I've blabbered on to you guys enough. Next videos will be typical, like, you know, show my desktop, actually show you something useful dropshipping related, and just, instead of just walking around chatting at my phone and you guys listening to the wind all day. Alright, bye.